Hello, and welcome to Press Paws, the show for the animal lover in all of us. I'm Michelle Ray Smith. Growing up in Michigan, we always had dogs. My parents loved nature, and I was surrounded constantly by critters of all kinds. My sister and I were outside most of our childhood, so we were catching and playing with whatever didn't bite us, and sometimes things that did. So that's why I love my job as host of this show. On today's episode, we'll head into a bar that's going straight to the dogs and a coffee shop that serves the perfect cup of joe. All that and more, so sit, stay, and let's get started. Go into any man cave and there's a good chance there's a black velvet picture on the wall of dogs playing poker and drinking beer. Or you can go into Scott Porter's bar, Fido's Tap House, and see the real thing for yourself. Okay, not really, but there are dogs and beer.
I'm Scott Porter, and I am the owner and founder of Fido's Tap House.
And I'm his other half.
Fido's is actually the first business to combine adoptable rescue dogs with a craft beer tap room. She likes the ciders. I pick out all the beers and the ciders, but I like the beers. I stepped into a cat cafe. I didn't think the business was set up well. Patrons were complaining that the cats did not want to play with them because they're cats. But my son made the comment from that. He said, man, if they only had dogs, that wouldn't be a problem. And it was just like, boom. I thought, man, if I could put adoptable rescue dogs, combine that with the tap room, that would be something special. I spent a lot of time contacting charities to see how they would be receptive to the idea, and every single charity that I contacted thought it was fantastic. Took us 3 years after that thought to actually open the doors. Our charity partner is Oregon Friends of Shelter Animals.
We bring in dogs from California, and this is one of the places where they stay until they find an adoptive home.
We're celebrating today. It's the 1-year anniversary of Fido's opening, and which also means it's the 1-year celebration of our partnership with them.
Up to this point, we had adopted 50 rescue dogs.
And he was actually the number 50th dog to be adopted here in this last year.
Oh, wow,
yeah, he's a little special one, huh?
I mean, it's just that joy that you get every day from going home to meet your dog is what we get all the time with 3-4 dogs here every single day. The best part of owning the bar has been meeting all the people that come in. The dogs are wonderful, but it's really the people that have the stories behind their dogs and what the dogs do for them.
I first heard of Fido's actually on the news. This would be our every Friday night hangout. It's a great thing.
I came across Teddy's picture and I begged my husband, like, we have to go see him. We have to check out this dog. We give him so much love, and he's honestly like rescued us more than the other way around because he brings us so much joy. Yeah, so we're so grateful for this place.
I'm here to adopt this little guy, Barkley, and I sat with him for about a half an hour, and then I decided I liked him a lot, and so I put in my app, and here we are today.
I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of a hard part of the job saying bye to the faces that I've gotten used to. But I know that they're going to homes that are gonna love them, so it works out.
I think there should be more places like this, especially like to rescue the dogs that really need homes. Like, it's really important.
Four years ago, this thought popped into my head. I want to thank all the families that have helped us to adopt. It's been wonderful. We have some families here.
Dogs and people and beer and food, I think we have the great concept here.
Without Fido's, we wouldn't have adopted 50 dogs. So we are really appreciative of the way they've worked so hard to promote dog charities, not just ours, and to help us adopt some pups.
That type of loyalty and companionship that a dog provides is just unmatched.
In addition to 40 microbrews on tap, Fido's also serves a pepperoni flatbread pizza, pretzels shaped like dog biscuits, and, obviously, hot dogs. Of course, the felines demand equal time. They have their own coffee shop called the Cat Café. It's the perfect place for a cup of Java, heavy on the milk.
I'm Sandy Cagan, and I opened up the Orlando Cat Café in September of 2016. So I saw this news story NBC Nightly News did in December of 2014 was about a cat cafe that opened up in New York. In 2015, I was turning 50. That was a, kind of watershed year for me. People talk about following your bliss, making a difference in the world. But with 20 years of property management experience and a lifelong lover of cats, I thought, this is something that I probably could do.
Welcome to the Orlando Cat Café.
We have a freestanding coffee shop. Axum Coffee is our coffee partner. And if you just want to come in and just get a coffee, you can do that. There's a big picture window where you can look into the cat play area. If you'd like to come into the cat play area, there's a double door entry system, a vestibule to keep the kitties away from the food. And you can come in. We have anywhere between 11 and 20 kitties running freely in the cat play area, and they are all up for adoption.
We were looking for a cat that was full of life, wanted to be playful, but also a cuddler too. We found out about the Cat Cafe, and we came to visit the cats to see about adopting.
We were very fortunate to find Axum. I actually interviewed about 3 or 4 other coffee companies prior to choosing Axum. They have a very similar mission in life as we do. They're a very charitable company. Axum is named after a city in Ethiopia that doesn't have clean running water, and the owner of Axum distributes his profits back to the city in Ethiopia.
I think the partnership has been a unique one because the Orlando Cat Cafe is hoping to find forever families for the kitties, and then also just the philanthropic nature of Axum and trying to find forever homes for the children and the orphans. And so I think there's both companies wanting to help someone, and so it's been nice to work with the cat side.
So our other partner in this venture is the Animal League. They're a no-kill shelter. Many people come from out of state to adopt from them. Our cats all come from the Animal League. They're all spayed or neutered, microchipped, up-to-date on their vaccinations, and healthy. So as their adoptions flow out, they bring new ones in. We got 9 yesterday. We've had really visitors from all over the country as well as all over the world who've come in here, many of them on vacation since Orlando's a big tourism capital. Many of them are on vacation, missing their kitty at home. Others are on vacation and end up actually adopting a cat. It's been very positive. We've had over 12,000 visitors since we've opened in September, and it's a happy place to be. It's happy for the cats, it's happy for the people.
We have 2 cats at home. So I figured came down here, have a relaxing coffee with the cats. I like the environment here a lot. Like, how when you go to adopt a cat, you go and you pick out what cat you think that looks nice. But here, the cat picks you, so you get the right love.
When I see the Happy Tales photos that goes up on our Facebook page, to me, that's really what it's all about. I know from personal experience how happy a cat can make a family. So I can see it from the family side, they get a new family member, and of course for the cat, they get a forever home. So I have to be honest and tell you that all 80 had and still have very significant meaning to me. That's the whole reason that I did this.
The experience here is the most wonderful thing is the therapy. You can't have cats in your own house. My family has allergies. I come, I spend an hour, maybe 2 on a light day. They always have new cats, and the cats need socialization, so everybody wins.
I heard a speaker the other day that said after you turn 50, you stop thinking about what you're going to put on your resume, and you start thinking what people are going to write in your eulogy. And I mean, there's no financial benefit for me at all. I do this because I love cats, and this is an environment that we're able to adopt out cats. So that's what's in it for me.
I have 3 kitties of my own, and you know what they drink? Decaf. Marty's Place in Allentown, New Jersey is the first of its kind. It's a 7 and over senior dog community. That's 50 or older for you and me. And it comes with all the amenities like an activity room, a swimming pool, and lots of fire hydrants.
Hi, I'm Doreen. I'm the founder and executive director of Marty's Place. Marty's Place really is a sanctuary. We are not a shelter. We're the canine equivalent of an active senior community.
Who's a Cocoa Puff? I wanted to do something for the senior animals. When I read about this, I just couldn't wait to, get involved. Her dog's name was Marty, and you see that on her logo on her jacket. That was the dog why they decided to open this place. Why they named this place Marty's Place. It just fills me up. It really does. I mean, I have an elderly dog at home. She's 9 and she's my best friend and she's always right by my side. But when I come here, it just, I don't know, it just gives me so much motivation.
So currently we have 16 residents. We have little Ralphie here. We have Uno, Peanut, Coco, Kato, Cosmo, Wendy, Boomer, Bella, Chloe is a chow mix, Morgan, Hallianne, and Bo.
Ask her, use the pill pockets for them, or some of them don't mind, just like these are the vitamins, they just like that. Scoop them up, yeah.
I have one day off, and that's on Sundays. And when I come in on Monday, I cannot wait to get here to see them. I come walking through the doors, and I make sure I go into I go to this wing, I go to that wing, I go into the family room. They're my first priority. And I'm constantly, hello, 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 hello. That's it. I mean, I can't wait to see them.
We go to outreach activities, and we certainly look to sign up anybody that's interested. Just this past October, we had a couple different activities. One was the Rough Mudder, another was a canine costume contest. People take their dog Halloween costumes very seriously. The winners were incredible. And so we rely heavily on volunteers to help us implement those activities. We do have a swimming pool on the property. We wanted to have the pool as a form of low-impact exercise for our residents. We also offer it as a form of exercise for outside clients.
This is her first swim after surgery. She's doing pretty well. First time in the water also.
Some dogs, it takes a little bit for them to get it. And it's such a great thing watching a dog that goes from slapping the water to breaking into the stride, and it's like they've been doing it.
Each one has their own personality. They're just sweet. They're just really sweet, and it fills my heart up. I'm very blessed to have found this place.
I wish we could take in more dogs. I wish we could just keep growing and growing. But a lot depends on the volunteers.
When a dog comes into Marty's Place, we embrace them as if they've been our own for a long time, and we remind them for as long as they're here, they will be loved and they will have a home.
Obviously, you got to have a big heart to open a place like this, and I think it's all just knowing that none of us are promised a tomorrow, and just make today as good as they can for as many as they can.
As you can see, Marty's is pretty chill, so jumping on the furniture is encouraged. So, There once was a goat named Spartacus who we wanted to live on the farm with us. He cannot see, has special needs, and his best friend is a bird that he trusts a lot. Let's visit the Don't Forget Us, Pet Us animal rescue farm.
Don't Forget Us, Pet Us has been running for about 5 years, and we decided to start Don't Forget Us, Pet Us because of our love of horses and our love of animals.
When we rescue the animals, right off the bat, they're safe. They also will get any medical care that they need.
And because either the people who have them aren't able to do that, or they choose not to do that, we feel that each animal has the value.
We currently have about 55 animals in the sanctuary.
So Spartacus is our newest addition. He is a baby goat.
Back in April, it was one of our last little surprise snowstorms.
His mother had given birth and he was in the field. The mother had left him.
And the owner found Spartacus laying in the field. He was unresponsive, he wasn't breathing. You know, we quickly picked him up and began doing CPR and brought Spartacus back to life. And it was very clear from the beginning that he had some issues. He was only drinking from a bottle, he wasn't eating yet. He does this thing, it's head pressing. So he wants to press his face against a surface really hard. He stiffens his body and he kind of cries, and that's just some neurological stuff that's going on.
And he has no vision. We do question his smell.
We saw him trying to sort of seek people out a little bit and go near them and wanted to be held and pet and comforted by them. So he just had love in his heart. And so he just deserved a second chance.
Spartacus has been able to really form a strong bond with a baby emu.
The minute we take Spartacus out, Tumble gets very upset and anxious and runs around and everything else. So we've actually been able to accommodate them both where we can set up a living area for both of them. We noticed that he has less behaviors as far as the head pressing and the vocalizations and everything when he has tumbleweed. And when he does start to head press and to do those things, often Tumble goes right to his side.
It's really important. No animal wants to stand alone, and where Spartacus can't see, it's amazing how he can find tumbleweed when he needs to. So he's got a good friend in tumbleweed. And then giving back to the community is a big part of what we want to do for Don't Forget Us, Pet Us.
We really enjoy taking them into the nursing homes. It's really nice for the residents to be able to touch the animals, interact with the animals. We do group homes. We've also traveled to homeless shelters and surprised kids with pony rides.
We went to Sandy Hook, Connecticut after the tragedy that happened there at the elementary school.
A lot of the animals that we have, really they were sort of at the end of the line. And to be able to see them get to a point where they can give back to others because of their second chance is pretty amazing.
Don't Forget Us, Pet Us doesn't receive any government grants or funding. It relies purely on the kindness of others. How could anyone not love animals? All they do is love you back. Thanks for joining me on Press Paws. I'm Michelle Ray Smith. See you soon.